This is what it's like to stay at the Hotel Toranomon Hills in Tokyo. In this video, we're gonna show you around the hotel, show you around one of the rooms, the corner suite that we used a Suite Upgrade Award for. We'll share with you our pros and cons and let you know whether you should consider staying here or not. Princess, you ready to go? All right, let's go. The Hotel Toranomon Hills is on floors 11 to 14 of this building, the Toranomon Hills Station Tower. It is roughly between Ginza and Roppongi on the Hibiya Line. One of my favorite things about this hotel, there is a Tokyo Metro subway station directly connected to the hotel in the basement level, the Toranomon Hills Station. While this area isn't one of the most known areas of Tokyo, such as Shinjuku or Tokyo Station, there's been a lot of development around here, and there's Toranomon Hills area actually has quite a bit of stuff now, and it's now pretty convenient with this new subway line to connect to other parts of the city. About 10 years ago, I also stayed in this neighborhood in the Andaz, which is in the Toranomon Hills Mori Tower. It's a tower that's right across from the tower that this hotel, the Toranomon Hills Hotel, is in. Very confusing since they're both Hyatts, but when I stayed here 10 years ago, I really panned this neighborhood and I gave it less toffers in the review because I said it wasn't convenient, because at that time the Toranomon Hills Station was not built, and then you had to walk like half a kilometer from the nearest station on the Ginza line. But now that it has its own station and all of these office towers are built up and they're full of shops and restaurants, that's it. There's actually a lot to see, do, and eat within this complex itself. And one of the best parts about this Toranomon Hills development is you can get between all the buildings, either on these second story like bridges that fly you over the streets or through underground tunnels. Initially being connected by the second story bridges, all the towers in Toranomon Hills are also connected via this underground tunnel, which will also connect you to the Ginza station. So pretty nice if it's raining to stay out of the rain, although pretty boring inside. Unexciting. It's a really long tunnel. It's like 500 meters long. It's long. There are tons of shops and restaurants in the building. On the level with the entrance to the subway, there's Tea Market, which is like a big food court, although there are kind of more sit-down fancy places than you would think of food court. And if you come at lunchtime, they are self-service. You eat anywhere you want to, but if you come at dinner time, then it's full service. On basement level 1, there's a pretty solid grocery kind of supermarket over there. It's not big, but it has some pretty good high-end treats. And then on this side is the nearest pharmacy if you're looking for one. And then there's a coffee shop here in the back if you want some coffee in the morning. If you somehow found yourself in the office side of the building coming in from the taxis, there's another entrance to the hotel right here. This is on the ground floor of the hotel. This is the entrance that you'll be coming in if you're taking the subway in. And one of the best things about this hotel is it is directly connected to the Toranomon Hills subway station on level B2, just down here. It is on the Hibiya Line, the gray line. It is just 2 stops away from Roppongi. And then up on the second floor of the building, if you want to head out and connect to the other buildings in the Toranomon Hills complex, there is like second story level bridges that connect all of them. So there, we've got a few of those other towers. Note the Mori Tower here. This is one that taxis might drop you off at, because this one is home to the Andaz Hotel on the 50th floor. That happened to my wife, OC Girl. If you find that to happen to you, just go up to the second floor of that tower and you can walk across this bridge and then get into this tower, the Toranomon Hills Station Tower. If you're getting dropped off in a taxi, then the entrance is in front of the Toranomon Hills Station Tower doors. It is inside the building where the taxis can come in and drop you off. In here, you'll find a little bell desk where they'll help you with your luggage. They were also very helpful taking taxis to other places in the city because they would translate for the taxis. The hotel entrance is just a little bit down this way with these kind of lights that are here on the wall. This will bring us into the front door of the hotel right here through this little sliding door that opens. Tap on the side to open up. It opens up into the hotel lobby that is home to one of 2 restaurants. This is Le Pristine Cafe, which is kind of feels like a Japanese French inspired restaurant. Lobby bar right here. This is pretty busy in the evenings, and it was definitely pretty busy when I got dropped off. There is the check-in desks over here in the back. Oh, and I should point out As we go by, there's 2 sets of hotel elevators. Well, there's 2 sets of elevators in the building. There's elevators in the main part of the building that'll take you up to all the office stuff. And then there are the hotel elevators that we passed just back here. These will take you to the guest rooms on 11 to 14, and also to 5 if you want to transfer out to the shops area. And then just beyond the small check-in desk and the seating area over here, we have the hotel's other restaurant that is just here in the back. This one is open for breakfast, so if you're a globalist and you're getting your breakfast benefit, then you're gonna get it here at the Le Priston restaurant as opposed to cafe in the front, and this one's a buffet breakfast. Definitely the quicker and cheaper breakfast is going to be at the cafe. You can get a morning beverage and toast for 990 yen, or make it a lobster roll for breakfast for 3,300 yen. And the nearest convenience store, conveniently in the same building on the 7th floor. Of course, to get to this, you don't get there through the lobby. You go out to the office complex side. You can get to the 5th floor from the hotel elevators, and then you go up a really long escalator to get here to 7-Eleven, which also has a little Daiso section, too. The gym is located on the 13th floor, open 24 hours. And it seems to be essentially a guest room that they've turned into a gym, a 2-story guest room. From the top, you can look down and you can see all of the kind of cardio machines. They do have nice views outside, but it is pretty tiny. This definitely seems a little bit like an afterthought. And on the 11th floor, the same floor as our room, is the lounge. This is open 24 hours for soft drinks and snacks, and also great views. The lounge also has a currency exchange machine that if you have cash, you can exchange it into yen. What's the currency rate that they take for US dollars right now? Right now in August of 2025, at this machine, $1 is 131 yen. Also in the back, they've got some lockers that you could store some luggage. Not really sure why you'd need to up here on the 11th floor lounge, but it's here. And up 1 floor in the lounge, they have some resting rooms over here. And so maybe these are for people who arrive in early, but their room's not ready. Because over here, they've also got some like shower rooms too. It looks like about 3 shower rooms in the back of this lounge. Definitely the vibe of the hotel continues up to the guest room floors. We get these odd shaped lights on the wall, some nice lights that light up the carpet. It is a white carpet and it is amazingly clean with red walls, and then kind of the guest room doors with these little, I don't know what you call this type of wood paneling in between. Also, each guest room floor just next to the elevators has an ice machine. Now they're seen around the hotel, let's check out the inside of one of the rooms. This is room 133, a corner king suite on the 11th floor. Let me show you around. First things when you come in is the first of 2 bathrooms, small sink over here, and a fancy Toto toilet that washes and bidets and all of those things. All right, coming back into the room, nice table, like big table here, seats 4 people that you could eat at. There is an alcoholic mini bar over here, but there's also another mini bar over here that I want to show you. In this, all of the drinks are complimentary that are not alcoholic. There's Coca-Cola, there's orange juice, there's other juices, there's tonic water. It is a well-stocked complimentary minibar. And then right down here, not lit up, but there's a whole selection of glasses and ice things and a few snacks. This is a in-room filtered water hydration station that is broken at the moment. There's also an espresso machine over here. Okay, let's go ahead and go this way now. And so this is the living area. There are 2 sofas right here. There is a television that is just up on the wall right here. So this is the TV watching area. And this can be closed off if you so desire. There's a sliding door this way that you can, goes like that. All right, and then that brings us into the bedroom part of the room. We have this set up with an extra bed in it that was complimentary. I mean, the whole award point booking. So, but you can do why we wanted this room, so we could get a place to sleep 3 people, because it's hard in Tokyo to find rooms that sleep 3 people. So big king size bed, extra bed over here, chair, table, corner view. The curtains, there are just buttons here that you can flip down if you want to draw the shades. You can flip the shades down right over here on this switch. And then there's also blackout curtains that roll down too. So if you look this way, the blackout curtains are going down and the shades are going down too. It's nice because there are so many curtains in this room. It's nice to be able to just go ahead and hit that with a button. And this is what the view looks out like in the day. Pretty impressive to look out at all of the skyscrapers that are out right around this Toranomon neighborhood. Okay, final part of the room is the closet. Really big closet. And the closet actually, if you so desire, actually like opens up and you can look into the room from the closet. There's slippers, there's a hair dryer, there's pajamas. Here we have the bathroom. They had a kitty toothbrush and they put kitty slippers that I don't know where they went, but she had them on later. Show off those socks, princess. You've got some new socks. Her socks have bunnies on them, and we picked them up in Sendai a couple days ago on their main shopping street. All right, and then just coming backwards in this big bathroom. Most Tokyo hotel bathrooms, you can't like stretch your hands across them or on the top, but this is so big. It has a big shower area, and it also has a big soaking tub too. There is a handheld, and there is also a rain head up there on top. Well, all right, fellow explorers, if you watch our hotel reviews regularly, you'll now know it's time for the Topher review, where we rate hotels on a scale of 1 to 5 Tophers, our traveling stuffy panda that comes with us, but he didn't make it on this trip, and so today we're gonna review this hotel on a scale of 1 to 5 pink penguins and yellow bears. So, well, but we can only put one up on the screen, so it's gonna be pink penguins today. Princess, how many pink penguins does this hotel get? 5 penguins! And the 5 penguins is based on our stay here in this suite, booked on Hyatt points. If you're paying with cash, it's probably 4.5 pink penguins, and we'll talk through the pros and cons, let you know what those are, and then let you know whether we would stay here again. But I guess with 5 Tophers, we've probably given that away, or 5 pink penguins. All right, so the first pro, everything's new, everything's fresh, and certainly if you are able to get into a suite like this, we booked this on Hyatt points with the Hyatt Suite Upgrade. What we booked is we booked the standard room, which was 25,000 points a night, and then we applied the Suite Upgrade Award to the Corner King Suite, which was all pretty sweet. If we were paying the rack rate for this room in August of 2025 runs at 192,000 yen a night, which is about the equivalent of 1,300 US dollars. Looking at the regular rooms in this hotel, they're about 43,000 yen a night, or $300, so considerably more reasonable price. Just to be clear, this was absolutely a points booking. The staff in the hotel was really excellent. Their English proficiency was really great. They were really helpful to get us into a taxis. Also helpful when OC girl got dropped off by a taxi in the wrong building. She got dropped off in the building with the Andaz to help me find her. So they were like, oh, that, yes, that happens all the time. Let me tell you how to get over there, go this way, go up to the second bridge. They even walked me up to the second story. So the staff was really helpful. The housekeeping was really great. The room was clean every day we came. The mini bar that had all of the juices and things like that replenished every day was fantastic. Also having access to the lounge to get coffee, juices, bananas, apples, not a big breakfast, but some snacks was really nice too. And I mentioned this earlier, the location actually pretty good now that it has the metro station directly connected to the hotel, so you can come and go from the metro without having to go outside in the heat or in the rain or in the cold or whatever the weather is when you might come. Cons, what's the biggest con of this hotel? And Chris, you give 5 Tophers. Are there cons? There's cons with every hotel we review. Yes, for sure. The biggest con is there's not major tourist attractions that you're gonna be walking to from here. There's not a lot of big shops that you're gonna be walking to from here, where if you're staying in someplace like Shinjuku or Tokyo Station, there's a lot more that you can see and do right around from there. If you are staying here, you'll probably be planning to take a lot more taxis, which is what we did to come and go, just because the line that it's on isn't directly connected to a lot of other tourist attractions. Like I say, it is directly connected, but you're just gonna be planning on changing quite a bit of trains to get places, which may be a little bit more challenging depending upon who you're traveling with. Oh, another weird con of the hotel is that the room was surprisingly noisy, and I don't mean like I've been in Vegas hotels that have been above nightclubs, and so I don't mean that kind of noisy, but for something that is up so high, I would expect it to be pretty quiet from the city, but we could actually hear a lot of loud cars and a lot of ambulances pretty pretty well into the windows. And there was maybe like some election stuff on Saturday, like at 9 or 8 in the morning, and we could hear the speakers in our room like they were next door. We don't hear anything today or right now, but it's just weird. I don't know if there's like a tunnel or something that like magnifies this stuff. Also, as a new building, I find that sometimes big high rises, the building has a little bit of like a creaking sound to it. Like every once in a while, there's some popping or things like that. Yeah, and the apprentice was always asking what those noises are. And I think they were just like, as the wind hits the building, it's still kind of settling. But overall, we slept really well in the hotel. The Curious Princess loved this big room. Oh, the final con, the gym, it's so tiny. It really seems like an afterthought. Also, there's no swimming pool. There's no kind of like sauna, hot tub, onsen. If you're looking for that stuff, you should definitely consider the Andaz because they have an amazing swimming pool and they also have an amazing kind of like public, although I guess not public, like hotel bath kind of hot spring, maybe not hot spring, but Japanese bath because I don't think they get hot spring water. Princess, would you stay here again?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was your favorite part of the hotel?
The space.
Yeah, the space, yeah. And she also just enjoyed waking up in the morning in bed, rolling up the blackout curtains and being able to see the view. Oh, the blackout curtains were really great too. Like pretty much no light comes in through those. So really great for sleeping if you're jet lagged. Well, all right, fellow explorers, if your travels are bringing you to Tokyo and you want to check out some more of our Tokyo videos, you'll find links up here on the screen. Some other Hyatts you might want to consider that we've done reviews of is the Hyatt Centric in Ginza and also the Andaz from 10 years ago, though that review's dated and I would increase the Tofers in that review because the area is so much better now. Well, all right, fellow explorers, as usual, we won't say goodbye because we'll